Good morning. I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris. Welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
Yeah. It is already March 12th. Can you believe it?
That's gross. It's been the longest, shortest year of my entire life.
I know.
I know that doesn't make any sense to most people, but I swear to God, I've had the stomach flu, had an ear infection, sinus infection. I can't win. My dog's been sick. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then just busy crazy with everything going on here in the store and in your studio and the trade show that we've had one of so far. She's getting ready to do a second one at the end of the month, and
it gets nuts.
But we still have a smile on our face.
It's real. I promise.
Yeah, it is absolutely. So also today is this daylight savings time?
Sure.
Whatever. Spring ahead today, people.
Allegedly, which feels so weird. It doesn't feel like it should be in March. When has it ever been in March? Is it always in March?
Not always, but it has been. Well, no, I think it always is in March.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. The only reason I know the time changes is because the time on my phone changes.
Thank God for electronics, huh?
Oh, yeah, because my alarm would go off on the wrong time and I'd never make it to work on time. They'd be like, hello, you showing up? Yeah, I'm here.
All right, well, calendar first.
Yes.
So we're just going to do the rest of the month since we're basically halfway through. On the 15th, we have Beginners Tapestry from 11 to 3. And sorry, we don't have any samples of any of those things.
We just grabbed the stuff.
Put other stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. You've seen the tapestry from last video.
Absolutely. On the 18th, rigid Heddle weaving with intention from 10 to 2. So those of you who spun your own yarn to do a specific scarf on your rigid Heddle, that's what we're doing. But no fear for those of you who are just weavers only. Kris has spun the yarn for you so that you can do it as well.
I did.
She did. And she's got a couple different
color options. Yeah. Not many, just a couple.
Yeah.
Takes time to spin all that yarn to give so many options.
It's going to be fun though. So you're going to learn a couple new techniques. So it's going to be fun. On the same day, the 18th, is Beginners Macrame from 11 to 3. So
I feel like it's been forever since I've taught that class.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't, but I'm telling you, it's been a long year already, folks.
Do you know what my brain just did? You have to have all those looms work before she starts her workshop. We use the same space.
Oh.
We'll figure it out. You'll be here early to help.
Sure I will.
On the 22nd, we have an advanced spinning technique, super coils.
Yes.
From 5 to 8.
Very excited for that.
Yep. On the 23rd, we have an advanced macrame project, the bag.
Ooh.
The project bag from 11 to 3. That's going to be fun.
Okay.
What? You didn't forget?
No.
Okay.
Maybe kinda.
Maybe. On the 29th, another advanced spinning technique, which is core spinning from 5 to 8.
Love core spinning.
And then on the 31st, skill building for spinners from 11 to 3. Explain a little bit what that is, because our spinners are still a little confused about what that actually means.
All right, so skill building, it's exactly what it says. It's skill building. A lot of you have taken beginner spinning, maybe core spinning, the plying classes. Yeah. Maybe some of you had taken some classes prior to my teaching that was thick and thin, learned a little bit of different art yarns. I'm here to help you. I mean, it's basically what it is. We wanted a chance to gather spinners who are struggling. Mm-hmm. We all have, it took me a long time to spin thin.
Yeah.
Some people have yet to conquer spiral plying. That was not a dig.
No, but it's me.
And it's my intent to help you get past those things that you're struggling with to help you be a more successful spinner.
Right.
So we've created a class that we're going to do once a month, once every other month, that allows whatever spinners are struggling with to come in and go, okay, I brought my fiber. Please help me figure out lock spinning. Like I took the class and I just can't do it. Help me. So my chore is to help you figure out what part of that process is keeping you from being successful.
Right.
You know, whether it be the way you're holding your hands, the way you're holding the fiber. Maybe you're like some people we know who move their feet too fast and don't know how to slow down. A lot of the techniques when you're doing art yarns, you have to have slow feet. You have to have slow and steady feet, and you have to be able to stop.
Yeah, and start. Yeah.
And there's a lot of stop and start in some of the techniques until you get good, and then you can just go at a very steady pace. But in the beginning, art yarns require a lot of start and stop. It's why some people don't like it, because they can't control their wheel yet. And that's weird, but control of the wheel is actually more important than anybody realizes.
Right. There's so many things that you don't realize. You get stuck in a groove and you just only do one thing. And it's not that you haven't learned or taken any workshop on other techniques. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So she's here to break it down. You got problems with your hands? She has problems with her hands. She has many ways and suggestions to find something that works for you that doesn't hurt.
Absolutely.
And still works for the technique that you're trying to do.
Yep.
Now, I can spin a single, no problem. I screw up my yarn when I go to ply it. I still have, that's my weak point, is plying. And one day when I'm not busy and she's not busy, which will be like 20 years from now.
That's about what I was going to say. I was like, oh, you mean like when we're 90?
Yeah. I will learn how to take that beautiful single that I have sitting up there on a bobbin and ply it the correct way to get the most beauty out of what I spun.
Maybe that's what Jeannine gets to do on the spinning weekend.
It depends on how busy it is. Well, on the spinning weekend, yeah, I do get that chance. I'm just saying,
you get the chance to spin on that weekend because, you know, people are building tabs all day long. Yes.
And, you know, and that's been sitting because I started that single, I started last July on the spinning weekend. Because I had to take the fiber and put it through the drum carder before I could spin it. Well, on the one-day spin-in that we had in February, I finished filling up the bobbin. I still have a little bit of fiber left, but I'm like, okay, this is full. I'm done. Now I need to ply it.
I'm going to interject here real quick. It does not normally take a year and a half to create a yarn.
It does if you only spin twice a year.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Jeannine is not somebody that spins every week, twice a week, 5 times a week, 15 minutes a day. So don't panic. If you've wanted to go down the rabbit hole of spinning, that's not a normal process.
I'm not the example you should follow.
She doesn't have the time.
So I've got the skills.
I'm like, oh God, nobody's ever going to take spinning because Jeannine's making it sound like it takes a year and a half to make a skein.
It's just me because I'm busy doing all the other things all the classes that I'm teaching.
I know. You know, running a business.
Yeah.
I mean, that does take time. It's not like you just get to walk in here and look pretty every day. You got to actually do some work.
I have to work. So yeah.
So what are we going to talk about today? Because I know today has to go with the how-to video that's going to come out in a couple weeks.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're going to talk needle felting. Now we've talked about needle felting before. Last year we just went, these are the tools, these are the things, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So today we're going to kind of touch on that again. But since we did the first one last year, we have more stuff.
We do.
And it's more exciting to do needle felting these days. So we're going to do, very briefly, I didn't bring every tool that you ever have available to you.
Because there's a lot of tools.
It's the ones that we use the most. The foam is very critical and important piece because that protects your needles and the surface that you're needle felting on, like your tabletop. If your needles hit a hard surface, they're going to break. The intent is not to go into the foam. It's a protective area that makes it so that when you do go through, and there are some techniques that you have to go through the felting wool, that protects your needles and the surface. Needles. This is the most popular one out there. It is the Clover pen style. It has 3 needles, and you can remove needles as you want. You could have 1, 2, or all 3 in here. This is probably the one I use the most.
They're really easy to change out the needles too.
Yes, you just unscrew the back, so when you break one, they're very easy to change.
And you will break one.
You will. The next one is the punch tool. So this one has a protective cover on it because there's 5 needles in there. It also locks.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, yeah.
With my bad hands.
Well, yeah, because you can do a larger surface.
It's easier for me to hold.
Correct.
Because anything that I hold like a pencil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
about
hurts
10
for
minutes
her.
in, I'm like, oh, that was fun.
So this one is great if you're doing larger areas. If you're trying to create a big enough piece to form around another shape that you want to pre-felt a little bit before you actually get it on there, this is a good one to use. And like I said, these are just a very few of the tools that you need to do needle felting. There are a lot more. The basis of most of the things that we do is core wool. You use the core wool, which is basically the undyed fiber, to create the shape before you take all the pretty dyed fibers, which we have like, what, 40 colors over there?
In there somewhere.
To actually decorate your piece, okay? This costs more, obviously, and you don't need a whole lot of the colored fiber to decorate.
No.
But if you're doing something like this, inside this, there's a lot of core wool.
A lot of this.
Okay.
Because you don't want to waste your expensive stuff making the core. Like, that's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Then there's a thin layer of color that goes around it. And then, you know, little decorative things on top. So that's my pumpkin. Here's a basic gnome. So the cone shape is one of the things that I will be showing you how to do as one of the techniques
very good
in a couple weeks, as well as the ball, because you start them both the same and then you create the shape after that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I learned an easier way to make a cone.
Oh, good.
No sticks. No chopsticks. But I made the cone with the core wool, and then I decorated it with the red, the top of the hat with the blue. I had some peachy for the nose and some white locks for the beard. So once you can master this.
So is his nose was done differently than his nose, right?
Correct.
I love the way she did this nose. Someday she's going to show you this trick, and it's fabulous. Like,
it's the easiest thing ever.
And I just sat there like, well, that took like not even 30 seconds. 10 seconds. It was so easy
fun.
And it was so cool.
This is the workshop that we just finished. This is our felted leprechaun. And again, he has a cone smaller than that one. And then we made the hat, put the hat on, and he's squishy on top. So it didn't go all the way up. All right. And then I gave him some feet. He's got the orange locks, his nose, and we decorated the band. So once you learn to make a ball, to make a cone, and to do some 2-dimensional flat decorating or even just flat felting, you can do whatever you want. Sky's the limit. Let your imagination do. This little guy, that's a cookie cutter that I put the fiber in.
That's
now, when you're doing cookie cutter ones, you can actually use the color that you want. Obviously, I used white for the body, and then I went back in and I decorated with the black to get Snoopy here. Cookie cutters are fun. I taught one workshop of this. I have not seen those ladies since, but while they were sitting here in the class, they were looking up bulk cookie cutters online.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Well, I bought a container of like 30 different shapes.
They're going to have them for every holiday.
Yeah. At a store, they had a canister of them and they were on sale for like $20. There was 30 of them. It was fun. And basically a lot of those you get for different holidays. You need to use metal. Don't get plastic. You'll ruin the plastic. Use the metal ones. Well, because plastic chips, because your needles will hit the plastic.
Oh.
I found out.
I would have never thought about that.
When I did the grandkids' names a couple years ago,
yeah.
I had plastic letters that we used for cookie cutters. That's what I used. I destroyed every single one of them.
Oh, I would have never thought that you would be abrasive enough to hurt Okay.
Well, because they're sharp needles and they're
Yeah.
going to poke into
No,
the
I just-
plastic and chip away at it.
Never would have thought of that.
Oh, I forgot to grab this. This here, this little guy,
It's one of the Ashford kits,
this
right?
is one of the Ashford kits. Ashford has about 8 different kits, if not more, that are complete kits, except for like 1 or 2 of them. I did it exactly what their instructions said with their fiber. I think I had a little bit of white left, but it had a small piece of foam. It had the needle, full color instructions.
Oh, I love that.
And he's a little squishy. He's not as hard
dense,
as
yeah.
what I like to do it. But he's great.
He's cute. They have a
He's
kiwi
cute.
too, which is, that bird is so adorable.
They have a seal, sheep, kiwi, tui, pukio. The last 3 are birds.
Pukio.
They're native to the land,
Yeah.
to New Zealand. The panda, they have a Christmas kit that you can make 6 ornaments. They have
You can't keep that Christmas kit in stock.
no. Right now I can.
Well, right. But wait until like October.
They fly off the
They
shelf.
fly off the shelf. I think you sold at least 30 of them this year, I feel like. Because I remember you
Last
saying
season,
I ordered last season. I was like, she's like, oh my God, I got to order 10 more kits. Oh my God, I got to order 10 more kits.
yeah,
I
there was
feel like
like
that's all I heard.
between 30 and 40 of the Christmas kits I sold.
That's crazy.
So this year I'll start gearing up and I'll do 20 at a time instead of 10 at a time.
You know, you're going to sell them.
I am. And they don't go bad.
No.
So
No. Thank God for that.
Ashford has a needle felting book, and it's fully illustrated, great pictures, full color. They have
Oh, they do show you armature.
they do show you armature because the Beagle, which is a kit, has an armature. So it actually shows you how to create the armature for the Beagle.
Oh, that's awesome.
The teddy bear on the front is freeform, which was the first thing that Lexi did, her daughter. There's flowers. Oh, this camel is awesome. There's a camel. He's an armature too.
Hey, Mike. What day is it?
Stop.
It's hump day. Sorry.
She had to go there.
I had to. She showed me a camel.
It's a camel. Flowers. You can do appliques to put on clothing, pillows.
No, cool.
Yeah. And then they have like the drawings to show you what size things should be.
I love felting. I wish that my hands liked felting as much as I like felting.
Look at him.
Well, I like the little guy next to him.
This is the him. Oh, you like the hedgehog?
I like the hedgehog.
Yeah. It's theirs. And then look, you can make a picture frame and put it up.
That's
a nice
sweet.
picture in it. So this is a really cool book. It is $28.50. As I said, that's the Ashford needle felting book. And then I found another book, and I always call it Two-Dimensional Needle Felting Painting with Wool. Well, guess what? There's a book out there that says it's called Painting with
Oh, that's
Wool.
awesome. I haven't seen that book yet.
Yeah, so this is fairly new. I think I got it within the last month. Yeah, it is. They actually show you how to do color blending.
Nice.
With some of your stuff. How to lay in features if you're going to do a scene, perspective, and things like that. So this here's a lot of other information that is really cool. So that one ended up being that.
Oh, that's pretty.
So look.
Oh, they made a donut.
You want to make food? There's a donut. The front
Me
has
and my Duncan.
a bird on a branch.
That's
on a
sweet.
peach tree or something. So, and this book is $24.99. So I have these in the store as well.
I feel like if my grandma was still alive, she would have loved painting with wool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not like the 3-dimensional stuff, but her and my aunt used to do these. They used yarn, and I don't know the technique, but there's this
Tapestry.
It's tapestry, but it was not in the tapestry that it's like a poke.
It's
tapestry.
like a punch needle kind of thing. Yeah.
Kind of. And I have 2 really long pictures on my hallway wall that my aunt and my grandma did.
Is it that or latch hook?
It's not latch hook.
Okay.
No. It's, you can tell it's more of a
flat.
linen flat thing. And I haven't like taken off the back to look at what the back of the piece looks like yet to know, because there's no way it was regular embroidery. Like when you look at it, you can tell. But I think my grandma and probably my Auntie Anne both would have absolutely loved that painting with wool.
Yeah.
You know?
I
love the 2-dimensional stuff.
Yeah, hand me the kit. So we have this woman, her name I think is Mesa Russo, and she has these 2-dimensional kits. So this here's the fire-breathing dragon, and this here's the rooster.
Someday I'll finish my rooster.
And she's
We're going to
almost
show
done.
that to you.
These are complete kits. They're 2-dimensional.
They're
You
awesome.
can frame them. You can put them on cushions. You can do whatever you want to.
These fly right off the shelves.
They do.
Turn 'em.
When I say complete, I mean complete. It has everything. You may not get it in here because of that.
I know.
Just grab it.
I gotta undo them.
She calls them tapestry needle felting kits because when you're done, you barely see that these were felted because of the way that they're finished. So see this here? This was the gnome that I finished. And I have to get more because I'm out of this kit.
And did you wet felt this?
I did
Or
not.
steam felted?
I steam felted
it.
this. And it was, I love needle felting.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. So this is what the back looks like. You should be able to see it on the back side.
Yeah.
And
okay.
this is very, if you're in the store and you feel this is dense. This is very thin, the fiber that you felted into. But when you're done, this is very dense. Now, Kris.
My eyes are watering, sorry. Welcome to Ohio spring.
Has started the rooster. She's not finished. She does have some things she needs to finish.
The background still needs a lot in the border.
Yeah. But the depth of color that this woman has in her fiber
it's awesome.
is awesome.
No, it is. It's awesome. I was really impressed. And I really enjoyed it. It's when I use that 5 needle thing,
Mm-hmm.
I can do this for a long time.
Yeah.
I might have to use the pen thing to like tuck things, and then I can work with the 5, so I go back and forth between the 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used the 3 needle mostly on mine to get everything in. And then when I was done, I went back over with the 5 just to smooth everything out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I steam blocked it with
beautiful
a
because
steam iron.
So if you go like this, like you can feel the lines. However, the whole project itself does not feel raised.
Correct.
From the fabric, which is kind of nice because I would have assumed it would have like come out, and it doesn't. It actually ends up flat with the fabric.
I had a lot of fiber left over when I was finished, and I even went back a second time and just
I'm eating fiber now, or my
just
hair.
made things, just filled it in, made sure that there was no separation between the colors that were next to each other. And then I finally just went, okay, I can't add anything more to it. It just won't take it.
I just can't do anything.
It won't take anymore.
Yeah.
So
sense.
I need to get a frame for this. Tina finished her peacock and she framed it. She had it the other day.
Oh, I wish I'd gotten to see it.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna set those down for now.
So yeah, so there are these kits, this size, these 2 sizes, those are $52.
Yeah.
Well worth the price.
Absolutely. When mine's done, I'm going to turn it into a pillow for my living room.
There you
if
go.
anybody's ever been to my studio, they know my house looks like a barn. So,
Yeah.
I'm a little shabby chic barn.
So her recommendation is if you're
Excuse me,
going
I'm
to
so sorry.
sew it into something,
Mhm.
that it really needs to be, it's fine.
Bloopers today
No.
during
Just-
the process.
It's fine. Just flip it over. There you go.
We'll have coffee stains.
We'll have
now.
coffee stains. It's okay. It washes out.
Oops.
To wet felt it, because that will secure your fibers even better. And then when people are leaning up against it or it
Oh,
gets
the
touched,
fibers won't come off with them.
correct. It
Okay.
actually reinforces everything, because wet felting makes it so that there's no way that's coming apart. If you do it the right way, it is not coming apart.
I just want to point this out. We've been doing this for over a year now, and this is the first time I spilled my coffee.
It is the first time she spilled her coffee.
Just saying.
She wasn't
me,
aware
that's
of
really
where it was
good.
at.
No, I got lost in talk.
Many different designs.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's always, every time I go to order something, there's new designs or things that were on back order are now ready to be purchased. So yeah. can't wait. When, like I said, in 2 weeks when we do our demo, I'm going to be showing you how to take core wool, make a ball, and core wool, make a cone. So the two basic shapes to do just about anything and everything.
No, I think that's good.
Yeah.
You need to know the basis of like how to start something.
Correct.
You know. I don't know. Is that it for today? That feels like
possibly.
Okay.
I will tell you that.
Oh, Black Swamp is like, what's the Saturday? The 25th,
6th,
4th,
7th,
5th,
no.
24th.
Hold on.
I don't have my phone with me,
It's the last
so I can't.
weekend of March-ish. It is the 25th.
All right, so the 25th, I'll be at Black Swamp Fiber Festival.
Which is out near
It's
Bowling
out in
Green.
Bowling Green at Wood County Fairgrounds. It's open from 9 to 4,
Something like that,
I think it is. My silly butt thought it was a 2-day show because apparently I can't read. Yeah.
Which makes it nicer because it's just a 1-day show now.
I love the 1-day shows.
So you're going to go out on Friday, spend the night, set up Saturday morning, have fun, come home. And
I get to take Alex with me.
Yes, Alex
Well, he'll either love me more or hate me by the time the show is over.
Right. So what I did wanted to say was, where is that? I have, in April, we're going to be doing needle felting dryer balls. So that video in 2 weeks on how to do this
will come in very handy.
Exactly, because that's exactly how I'm going to show you how to do it. And I sat at home just to see how long it took me to make a 3-inch ball. It took me an hour.
Huh. So somebody else about an hour and a half.
Yeah. So I have 4 hours for that workshop because it's on a Saturday. But
probably a good idea.
But I want everybody to be able to do a couple and ask questions, and then if you want, you can decorate them.
Okay.
With some, I have tons of scrappy fiber that you can just pull from, and yeah,
that's awesome.
It'll be fun. You can create your own designs.
Perfect. Yep. All right. Well, guys, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Comment below if there are any felting techniques that you might want to see in the future. Let us know so that Jeannine can do some how-to videos on those. We're always open for comments.
If you have suggestions for things that you'd like to hear us talk about or to see in our little how-to videos, absolutely let us know.
More than happy to do that. Follow us on Facebook at Longtail Knits, alk&me. We have longtailknits.com and alk&me.com. Keeps you up to date with the things we have going on in the world.
And don't forget the Blue Fiber Tree on Facebook.
I always forget to say that. And we are the Blue Fiber Tree. Why would I forget?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. This is what happens when we don't have cameraman Bob to rein us in.
Yes. But you guys, we really appreciate your support because our numbers are getting up there.
We're 261 right now.
Yay!
I know. I'm very excited. I think we've done good for a little over a year.
We have. And I hear all the time, oh, I either watch you daily or I can't wait to see your videos that come out for the Blue Fiber Tree.
I know.
And the how-to videos are a big help for people because the things that I teach here in the store, it's that backup.
I know. And I love the comments. Sue was the other day. She goes, I love that you called it a thingy and not an awl. And I'm like, I call everything a thingy because, like, I know what it is, but the minute I go to talk to somebody, the actual technical words that I know, like, leave my head, so everything becomes a thingy.
And I just got through telling her what it was.
I know. Whatever.
It's okay.
All right.
All right.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.